Hajimemashite minasan. Hello, everyone. My name is Carl, and I am a recent graduate from UCSB. I am lucky and fortunate to participate in the EAP program and studied abroad in the UK for a full year at the University of Bristol. And I've also had the pleasure to work as a peer advisor at the UCSB EAP office for a year. I am currently now in Japan, stationed in Nagasaki Prefecture in Saikai City, working for the JET program, or the Japanese Exchange and Teaching Program, as an ALT, or Assistant Language Teacher. I chose my program for two main factors. The first factor being that I was looking into ways I can get into education abroad, and of course to travel back abroad and live abroad, but not as a student, but working abroad in a new environment. And secondly, I wanted to also expand both my language abilities as in Japanese, and also be able to learn Japan beyond the courses that I took within UCSB. When I came into the JET program, I had zero teaching experience. And while I did learn Japanese in UCSB, it was just the base level of Japanese. So I can say simple sentences and carry simple conversations, but I couldn't really fully express myself in Japanese. And so that's where my language abilities were at when I came to Japan. So it was a big challenge. What's good for knowing the base of Japanese is that I can still carry out daily tasks. There's some things I can say in Japanese that don't require me to say a full sentence. And every day I'm learning new phrases and words in Japanese that has helped me really improve in my daily lifestyle here. The application process for the JET program is simple, but it is very long and rigorous. And I would say it is broken down into three different stages. The first stage is actually the application itself, where you just turn in the application along with a statement of purpose and 2 letters of recommendation. From that point, you then have your application reviewed. And if your application is reviewed, then you move on to the second stage, which is the interview process. From there, after the interview, you then wait for the third and final process, which is the selection. Those are the 3 main stages, but it does take quite some time. In a normal JET year, it typically takes around 5 to 6 months, but because of COVID-19, it has taken around 6 to 7 months. I would say for your statement of purpose, have it in a narrative format. Really tell the story of how you came to be, what you wanted to do, and emphasize clearly what your goals are in the program. If you write a solid statement of purpose, this will help you get your application selected to the interview process, the second step. And that's usually hard to get to that step. Now, my second tip comes into the interview process. In the interview process, you are going to be sit with a panel of individuals. And by panel, I mean 3 to 4 individuals will be interviewing you. What I would say is if you have any trusted friends, colleagues, maybe your TAs, or even your professor, join in as a panel, have them become panelists, and do a mock interview. The last tip is have someone look over your statement of purpose. It's really good to have extra eyes and an extra set of feedback when you're doing that statement of purpose. Because again, this is your ticket of entry into stage 2 of the process, really. And so if you don't really have a statement of purpose that sticks out to those reviewers, you're not going to have that opportunity and you'll be rejected just from stage 1. The first one is effective communication. Every single day, especially where I'm teaching at six different schools, I have to effectively communicate on the day of to the Japanese teachers that I'm co-teaching with. And so knowing what the materials are, what I have to say, and then being in the classroom, having a clear voice and clear instructions to my students, that was something that I really learned within the first month of teaching. The second skill that I learned was organization. As a peer advisor working in the AP, I gained some good organizational skills with my own personal files, and that of course then transitioned with me here in my job, but it also increased as, again, I had 6 different schools that I'm assigned to that I needed to teach. And so making sure that I had the correct lesson plans for each school and ensuring that I was covering the right material per grade per school, I had to really ramp up my organizational skills. I really want to thank you all so much for listening to me, and for those of you interested in the JET program, I am more than happy to lend you my help. So if you have any questions about the JET program, how to become an ALT, or even looking through your statement of purpose, please feel free to contact me. And I will hopefully look forward to seeing some of y'all here in Japan in the near future. Arigatou gozaimasu, and I will see you all soon.